Truth that pisses people off. Why? Because it's true and you don't want to hear the truth. You rather hear a beautiful lie than an ugly truth. That's what it all comes down to. True. to. Uh, I'm gonna tell you one thing and prove it by words because it's very self-explanatory, and if you don't see it, you're just completely ignorant in your own ways, you blind fuck. So, we're going to talk about the human race. People grew up thinking that other different types of people are by color, ethnic, and tradition are different races. You can shut the fuck up. The whole human race is one huge giant collective. It's known as humanity, humankind. There shouldn't be any room for racism. Really shouldn't. I mean, we even have a subspecies and people are fucking really blind to that. I don't know how, but you are. What are our subspecies? Really? You seen that shit in Tarzan. Seen that shit on National Geographic and Animal Planet and you still don't know? Damn. This world is surrounded by idiots who don't pay attention. That shit should be learned from high school, middle school, and elementary. What is the subspecies to humankind? Okay. They're also as well known as great apes. Why they're called a subspecies. What is a subspecies? Before we go on. Good thing I wrote it down to make it more precise, but I'll tell you in a more example way, because this is the literal definition. It will fucking confuse your mind and scramble it. Subspecies. A taxonomic category that ranks usually fairly permanent geographically isolated race. In other words, a race that is geologically and taxonomic is also by another word for biological. So this subspecies would be also sort of biological, kind of like our cousins, you would say. Or branch that we fucking went off of, and that's the definite part if you ever learned about evolution. Gorillas, orangutans, chimpanzees, monkeys. Except monkeys are our subspecies, but they do not go in a category as our great cousins. The apes and all that weird. The apes, orangutans to humans. Chimpanzees, all them big things with little to no tail, are known as great apes. Yes, it is a real term for a biological thing. There's only one way to make it do that. We are apes. We don't go ooh ah because that's not our form of communication. Okay? We're the smartest out of all the great apes, and I have no idea why you're not acting like it. Like, really? At least the people fucking playing God and the people making fucking weaponry are still smarter than you. Okay? So shut the up, motherfucker. Let me speak. Either way, human race, along with its subspecies, are all one race in a technical term. Why I say technical is because there is basically two races in one. Why? Subspecies share 70 to 80% of our own DNA, of our own characteristics, and our own actions. They may not be able to fucking talk. They're just as smart as we are. And that's the crazy part. Okay, why? Because it's amazing how we can see something smarter interacting with each other in a more peaceful manner than we are. Human race is one race, and there is no excuse to be racist. And I'm talking to all of you black racists, white racists, Asian racists, all of you racists. We're all one race. And I'm not saying this with hatred. I'm saying this with utter respect. And if I didn't, I wouldn't care. But I do. And I'm saying it with the truth. We are one collective race. And if you can't understand that, then there's really something wrong with you, because it's so self-explanatory right in front of our face. People wonder, how do we succeed in peace? We come in one place and we sit down and we talk out our misunderstandings and turn them into understandings. Just because we have different personalities, characteristics, colors, unique specialities, unique abilities, unique knowledge, doesn't mean we're that different. You and I have one heart. You and I have one brain. You and I have two pairs of eyes. You and I have one mouth. Well, you and I have one nose. You and I have one gut. You and I have speaking language that we can talk through with. But instead, you rather stick in your ignorant and arrogant ways. Continue your racism and sexism, bigotry. That right there shows me you're not human. So let's sit down, talk about it. Prove to me that you are. If we can do that, the whole world can do it. And if the whole world can do it, the whole universe can do it. And if the whole universe can do it, nothing is impossible. And that's been proven. So, get whatever the fuck is stuck up your goddamn ass. And let's talk. I got coffee. I even got vodka and weed. The best way to talk to each other is proper communication. Even if it turns into an argument or even a fight. As long as nobody dies, people can talk to each other after a fight. More respect comes after that. That's usually the human way. You know, back in the tribal days, before civilization, there was a common thing, and it wasn't to the death. It was more of to the ground. A lot of tribes would have a man, or a woman, even, child to child, whoever had some type of argument. They'd fight it out. Other instances, would also be to take over a tribe. You would beat the shit out of the chieftain or chief or whatever leader was called there. Usually, that is known as an alpha. You take down the alpha, put him to the ground. You gain their respect and you can't take his throne. That's the true human, honorable way. But nobody wants to do that. Instead, you decide you want to kill. Or do nothing at all. These days, it seems like people are either a coward or a killer. It's better to beat a man down, gain his respect. So once you gain his respect, you know he learned a lesson, got a words through, or he now know who's boss. What happened to getting respect from that? But of course, these days, you get in a fight, lose, you get all butthurt about it. Why don't you just learn from it? That's the best way to do it, so that the next time you do it, you're prepared. You're stronger, you're faster, you're smarter, and you're better. Not better than the enemy, not better than the opponent, not better than anybody else. Better than yourself. Better than the progress you had before. It's better to better yourself than it is to be better than others. Step 1, to peace. Step 2 is gathering and talking. Step 3 is initializing and agreeing on each other's boundaries, respects, and understandings. In other words, everybody gets onto a level ground at some point after that. And happily ever after. But no. You want to be fucking douchebags. I know the world is after people. But you can go after the world. And do it in a more constructive way. And not a destructive way. But who knows? This might all be accomplished in the next couple hundred, couple thousand, maybe even couple million years. Who knows? All I know. So I see blindness and idiocy. And you call it peace. And I call it chaos. Which one sees it better?